Good morning. Welcome to another edition of my 5D Secret Garden, where we are uncovering our biggest secret yet. And demons now are not banging on the door to stop us; they're banging on the door for us to forgive them. They don't know what to do because we just got our biggest bombshell ever. They said everybody sees what's going on here. Everybody's seeing it, and they're very intrigued by it. They're wondering what's going on here. Where are all these secrets coming from? Why didn't we know about these secrets earlier? Is what they said. And I said, well, I was trying to tell you, but, a lot of you laughed at me and stuff. Told me I was a nut or something. A kook, I believe. Something along those lines. You know what I mean? So, but now, I'm here, though. So, I just want to know, what can you do? What are you going to do about it? Because, we could clearly see where this is going, right? In my last read, predicted a tower pretty accurately. So, what are we going to do? So, let's find out. Let's find out what we're going to do here. Because this is, all for entertainment purposes only. So, see what's going on here, though. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Okay, so we got a Six of Swords in reverse. So there was a resistance to change here, some unfinished business and some emotional baggage that, was sitting around with this area. So these people felt like they had some unfinished business with you, okay? So that is what got them in the situation they're in because they couldn't hold back. They couldn't, stop and think because they knew what they did, okay? So they said, we had to do something. So they just made themselves so obvious that they thought it was going to happen before it was going to work this time, but dealing with a much different human being, okay? You're dealing with a much more stealth individual right now, okay? I'm very stealthy when it comes down to it. I move quick, I'm fast. You never know where I'm at, okay? So just know that was a bad decision that you did that. So you should be more, open to change instead of so damn resistant, okay? Because now, because of that judgment, you're under judgment. You did it to yourself. I didn't do nothing. All I'm doing is sitting right here talking to a phone, doing tarot cards. What did I do? What did I do? Is this a crime, sir? No, I don't believe so. So I didn't do anything to you. So I don't understand why you're getting so upset about things, okay? Unless you obviously got something to hide, right? Obviously. That would be my guess. Only people that have something to hide usually get upset, okay? When they feel like, starting to get a little hot in there, people start to get weird, you know what I'm saying? They start to act out a little bit, okay? Because Five of Swords in reverse. Because listen, brother, DMs over there have the desire to reconcile. They do not want to fight with you no more. They don't want to. They listen to this bullshit just so you could expose yourself. They just went with the flow because they said, let me tell you something, brother. He said, it's better just to go with the flow. Let these people, and they'll take themselves out. There's nothing you could do. You have to just go with the flow. This is what that particular DM told me. Just go with the flow, brother. Just go with I said, all right, I'll go with the flow. Stop trying to interfere, they told me. So I said, all right, just do what you're doing. Show them who you are, is what they said. I said, all right, I'll do it then. So just know that is why they have a desire to reconcile, because they know who you are. They always knew who you are. They just we had to get rid of this energy. You can't be together until this energy is gone anyway. So it's like they already knew ahead of time, because Two of Cups, brother, they knew that for the Two of Cups to be there, that we had to get rid of this energy. So we did it in the most intricate of ways. You would never know exactly what's going on because we're very mysterious, the two of us. Very mysterious individuals, they said. They look at us, the wizards say, a mysterious couple they are, very mysterious. We don't know what they're thinking sometimes. They're very, very, very crafty and clever they are. That's what I heard. The other one's more cunning, the other one's more charismatic. So it is what it is. So you put them together and it's like, you really got something special, okay? So that's why these people try so hard to keep it apart, because they knew when with this here, they knew what was happening, okay? They saw the writing on the wall, okay? Because they said, if this guy, if he's with her or she's with him, or blah, 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 they're gonna make each other better, and they're not gonna need us no more, and they're gonna figure it out. Everybody's gonna see us. They're gonna see right through us. So that's exactly what they thought. So they got nervous. So they went through this intricate plan to, separate us, doing all types of crazy stuff, getting involved in people's energies, doing just really, really occult type stuff, okay? Some esoteric knowledge they must have had before you, and, use that to their advantage, all right? And now you caught up and you said, okay, well, now I know the same stuff that you did, and now I'm looking right at you. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? And, you're not so tough when the person knows that you did. You're very tough when they're they don't know what's going on, and you see them getting attacked. It's like being behind the fucking wall, you know, controlling like a thing of bats or something, and the person don't know where they're coming from. You're hitting them. You know what I mean? It's funny when, you know, it's doing that, but that's not too funny when I come back and I see you're the one who has it. Then I'm, okay, so you're the one who had it then. You know what I'm saying? It's not very funny, is it? Because you didn't expect that person to come back. You thought the bats were going to take them out. You thought these whatever robots were going to, you know, defeat them, these bots. But what happened though, brother? You came up against the wrong one, and now look at you. Look at you now. Look at you. You're very upset. You're very on edge. You don't know what to do. You're just like, what are we going to do here? With this guy, he's got us by the balls right now. What are we going to do? You know what I think you should do? I think maybe you should start apologizing, and then we could go from there. Okay? That's my suggestion. Okay? So just take that suggestion, brother. Okay? For once, I feel very balanced today, very balanced centered. I believe my chakras are starting to align. So just know that. Just be aware of that. Okay? Because Four of Pentacles in reverse, because these people's greediness, their possessiveness, their, you know, stinginess, overspending, just wanting to put money over everything else, you know, corrupting our DMs, just doing all this nonsense has, you know, led to this, and this resistance to change, Six of Swords in reverse. So with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, we'll clarify that, why that was happening. And then this Five of Swords will now show why your DM wants to get out of there. They're just like, listen, I want to get out of here, man. This is not what I want. We see what you're doing. We know what you were doing, okay? Because Page of Pentacles, because they manifested this whole thing, okay? That's what you need to understand. This person's been making videos since 2021. They manifested this entire thing, okay? Just understand that. I just would love people to understand how easy it is to say things in words. Well, that's what we're doing right now. We're manifesting, okay? Page of Pentacles. I'm manifesting the end for these people. So just know, you know, I'm just doing my job here, okay? So just know that your DM did, you know, got you here, all right? Don't forget that. You know, they made you the way you are. Don't forget it. You don't, you know, that. Always remember the little people, like the DMs in the back, you know. Remember, they sacrificed themselves for you. Keep telling yourself that, okay? Keep telling yourself, because it'll be all right, okay? Because let me tell you something, brother. The King of Swords is here, and they see everything, okay? They told me this King of Swords came to me last night. They said, let me tell you something, brother. I saw something last night that you'll never believe. I said, tell me about it. He said, you'll never believe it. I said, come on, tell me so I know. He said, all right. So he told me all about it. I was like, wow, man. But I could believe it, though. I said, I believe it. He said, yeah, me too. He said, but I got it on video. He said, trust me, they are not going to know what to do. He's like, let's see how far they go, though. Let's see if they'll take it farther. He said, it's really good footage here. I said, all right, brother, you keep doing that. So just remember, the King of Swords is here, and he sees everything, okay? And he also told me that the Four of Wands is in sight for you also. He said, brother, let me tell you something. You're headed for a Four of Wands. He said, union is on the horizon for you. Trust me. He said, I see it in your eyes, brother. He says, you're glowing over here. He says, you're shining. He said, trust me. He said, you're attracting what you are. Okay, just know that. I said, appreciate that, King of Swords. So, you know, we shook hands, parted ways, and that was the end of it. Okay, so just know. But he's here though. He sees everything. Just know that. I just like to let people know, because, you know, it's good. It's good to know that, you know. You know, just so you know who's watching. Just so you know. It's always good to know that, I would think. These people are acting like the King of Swords isn't watching, though. But that's okay. That's good, though. It's a good thing. Okay, because Eight of Cups, they are nothing but a disappointment. They are showing just how big of a disappointment they are. People want to move on from this, all right? This Five of Swords in reverse will clarify that, because of the DM's one desire to reconcile. DMs are looking at, you know, these people that are like, wow, like this is really what you made me, this is really, they've seen how far you took it. It's comical now, and you're all exposed. That's the thing, because if you wouldn't be responding the way you are, if you weren't exposed, you would be completely calm. You wouldn't even be feeling that way. You wouldn't be feeling so anxious right now. You wouldn't be watching me and, like, you know, perspiring. You know what I mean? There's perspiring coming down your brow. Okay, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? He exposed our biggest secret. What are we gonna do? I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna do nothing. So, unless you want to apologize, you could give me a formal apology. I accept those. I accept all apologies, okay? Just know that. So just make sure they're good, all right? So bring that, because let me tell you something, brother. this courageous high priestess, they stood the test here. They went up against the man here, brother, okay? They took on the Andre the Giant. I took on the Giant, okay? He took on an entire community's brother, okay? He came up and he said, listen, I'm gonna do this for all my Hulkamaniacs, brother. I'm gonna slam this big giant and I'm gonna beat them. And that's exactly what this courageous high priestess did. And Nine of Wands will show you that, okay? And it's been seen, it's documented. They've seen what this heroic figure, this heroic high priestess endured. They see what they went against. They went against all odds, brother. All odds. Took out the undefeated giant. Okay, and then they earned their wheel of fortune as the champ of all champs. Okay, they are the undisputed, universal, heavyweight champion of spiritual warfare, and that ain't a damn thing anybody could do about it, because it says it right here. Okay, it says it right on the small print. Okay, just so you know. Okay, because Knight of Pentacles, because your hard work got you here. That made you the champ that you are. That is why you're viewed as the champ, okay? That's why this King of Swords came to you and said, listen, I want you to be the champion of my federation. I want you to be the one that leads the way, the face of this face of the place, the face that runs the place, they told me. They want me to be. I said, all right, you think I could do it though? I said, you think I could? He said, let me tell you something. I said, I talked to these two wizards. I never seen wizards rave about somebody there so much in their life. They said that you are a born star, okay? Just know that there's no stopping you right now, brother. I'm telling you, you are on fire. And the Knight of Pentacles told us also. So just know you got quite a fan club, okay? So things are working out for you. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand, like, you always gotta go through this bullshit, and then you come out the hero. It's like, that's how it goes. You're never just gonna go through all easy stuff and then come out, then it's like, all right, they didn't go through nothing. Now I can say, well, you know, guys, it was really tough. It was just, you know, but I sat there, I was praying, I said, God, please help me. But, you know, I was locked away, and it was tough, but I was brokenhearted too. It was so brokenhearted. It was terrible. Just know I got through it though, because with the power of God. That's what got me through it. So just know, yeah, I'll deliver those speeches all day long, because why wouldn't I? Okay, because Eight of Swords in reverse, because like I said, now like our DM, this clarifies this Five of Swords in reverse, where they're releasing negative thoughts. They, you know, whatever was pushed in their head about you, whatever terrible things that were said, that were, you know, forced upon you, now they see exactly what these people are doing. And it's like, why would you lie about something? So it's just, the people are re-exposing themselves. They look so ridiculous right now. You gotta understand, these people are like paid actors, and like now the DMs are waking up, they're looking at them and they're like, are you like real? And they're like, oh yeah. They don't even know what to do. They're running away now. I think some of these fuckers are running away. They're so scared, they don't even know what to do, because they see the DMs like asking questions. Now, wait a second, this can't be, because it's so easy. You know what I mean? You had all your bases covered, except this base. This base was open, and we found it in the 5D also. My counterpart and I, we're very, very, very clever, I tell you. I'm telling you, brother. We communicate telepathically, and people, we've stated this, okay? So just know that was why it was so easy to do. Just know. It wasn't so easy. Actually, it was very difficult. It was very difficult because, you know, this Queen of Wands here was, you know, went through a lot, this Queen of Wands, okay? But, you know, they took it on the chin, but they always knew what the end result was going to be, and they always just believed. They said, I believe in this King of Swords. I believe they see everything, okay? I really believe in them. And, you know, and the King of Swords said, let me tell you something, brother. I'm not a King of Swords for no reason, he said. He said, believe me, I use my head over my heart. He says, I am a very disciplined individual and truthful, I'm honest, and I have the mental clarity and authority to tell you what I need to know. I said, all right, brother. I said, all right, I appreciate you then. I said, you're right. You wouldn't be in the upright. I could trust you. I said, okay. So now I was able to trust them. So then that worked out well. So the Queen of Wands is protected. Just know that. They have been for quite a while too. And that's why there's a Wheel of Fortune here for them. Okay? And the DMs are releasing these negative thoughts. They have the desire to reconcile. They say, wow, I would like to reconcile with that fella. Looks looks like a lot of fun. You said he was crazy, right? You said he was insane, I believe. Something like that. He had to be, you know, evaluated or something like that. Yeah, I think they said something like that. What happened? Whatever happened with that? So, yeah, these people, you know, some people got to be exposed here, you know. People got to, you know, I like a formal apology is what I said. I believe I stated that earlier in the read. So, get this formal apology on the road, and we'll go from there, okay? Because Knight of Cups, because brother, we have Knight of Shine armor right here. They are watching you. They are with the King of Swords, okay? They know exactly what's going on, all right? And they're very creative too. They're a very creative individual, okay? I learned a lot from this person, but they're coming here with the romantic charm, and they are about to set this place on fire. So just know the Knight of Cups is here, brother, with this King of Swords, because people, they don't want to be surrounded with this tower that you're in. Everybody knows you're going to be in a tower, so it's like, what are you going to do? What you going to do, brother, when this tower runs wild on you, bro? What are you going to do? I really want to know, actually. I really like to see. I have a couple guesses, though. I do have a couple guesses, and they're probably, you crying a little bit, begging, pleading, telling me how you didn't know. This is all a joke. It was a big joke. There was a big joke. It was all, a joke. That's what you'll tell me, too. Just laugh about it. Laugh it off. Just forget it. Just forget it happened. That's what they'll tell me. Okay, because now they're going to get the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. What they wanted for us is what they're going to get. They're going to get the lack of abundance. They're going to be seen for what they wanted us to be seen as. Okay, they're going to be seen as who they are. Okay, and we're going to be seen as what we are. What they tried to project onto us did not stick, and that's why it's back to them right now, and that's why they are in the Ace of Pentacles, brother. Okay, they have that was a lost opportunity for them. Okay, they tried to steal it from you. They tried to steal this Wheel of Fortune, but they were unsuccessful, because you, like I said, are a very stealthy individual. You had that King of Swords watching. You said, let me tell you something, brother. I know something. I know somebody's going to try to steal this Wheel of Fortune. Let me get some backup. Okay, so you had this, this very, very, dignified King of Swords, a very truthful individual that will, likes to do things by the book. Okay, so they said, we're gonna watch for you. We believe you. We believe in you. We believe these wizards say great things about you. Believe it. The wizards love you. They love you. That's what they said. So I don't know. I mean, I just go by what the wizard said sometimes. So just know that, okay? Because those wizards, they said, he's a courageous high priestess. Let me tell you something. They said, I've seen him go up against a whole community. I've seen him fight. He stood up to the man, and they didn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. They knocked him down. They beat him. They had everybody against him. And he came back. He took them all on. He won that Royal Rumble from the #1 spot, brother. He started. He was the first in, and he was the last to leave. And everybody knows it, including the wizards, brother. And now the whole world will know, too, because you solved the puzzle. That is why you have the Wheel of Fortune here. You have solved the puzzle, brother. And everybody's going to know. Now they can't stop the prize. All right, they knew that they couldn't stop you from solving the puzzle. Now they can't stop you from getting the prize, brother. You will be recognized publicly, because you are the best in the business. And the Chariot in reverse, they can't oppose that much longer. What else can you say? You show it day in and day out, okay? You have that charisma. You got that it factor, okay? Just know you got the it factor, okay? There's a lot of people out there, there's this one DM I talked to. They said, you just really have the it factor. We feel like we could really do something with you. We just feel like you're a star in the making. That's what they told me. I said, all right, well, we'll look into it then. I said, just give me a minute. I said, I'm still developing. I said, let me get into my groove. Let me get my groove back, okay? So they can't stop this. They can't stop Stella right now, brother. You cannot stop her. She got the groove, brother. She got it. How did she lose it in the first place? Because you fucking people projected on her. But now we got our groove back, okay? So just know that this courageous high priestess is always going to be here. They're never going away, because why would they? Why would they? Where would they go? What else would we do? Okay, what else would we do with ourselves? Okay? We're in spiritual warfare here. We have to defend our spiritual warfare title. I understand this universal undisputed championship. It's a 24/7 belt here. Okay, I got defended. I defend it at all times. People come knocking on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning. We want to fight you for that belt. I said, all right, hold on a second. I get up and I do, and I defend it, and I win, and I go back to bed, and then I wake up again, and then there's another guy waiting outside. Hey, I want that belt from you. I said, all right, brother. I said, let's go then. So I take that one out too. Then I go to Wawa, and then the demon will be at the register or something, and then he'll want to take the belt from me. I want to hit you. Hits me with the register and stuff, and then I gotta all dazed. I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming. So this is pretty much my day. So just understand. What else would I do, though? What else? Somebody has to live this life, okay? And that's why this high priestess is the one. They are the one, brother. They are the chosen one, okay? And people could think they're crazy. They could think whatever they are. But just know this person has the it factor, and they know exactly what they're talking about. And everybody's seen it too, brother, because they took on everybody. Everybody saw it. Everybody seen what this DF did. They came, they saw, and they conquered. And that's the truth, brother. And they went down. They were down and out too. People were laughing. They were standing on their grave. This person came up. The hand came through the thing, grabbed the one foot, brought the one doppelganger down the dirt, came back up, took out the emperor. So just know, because they're a magician, brother. You cannot do nothing to a magician, especially a magician who's a high priestess. You cannot do anything. Okay, there's just how much more can you do to anybody? But at the end of the day, this person took everything that you fucking could possibly throw at them. They transmuted the shit out of this. Okay, and now look at them. They started from the bottom. Now they're here. Okay, and the reason why is because Six of Wands, like I stated. End result, they will be publicly recognized for what they've been through. They will be celebrated. They'll be cheered. They will, be presented with this Wheel of Fortune over here. And they'll have everybody that you tried to stop from being with them right there with them, while those people who try to do it are going to be asked these questions. Why were you trying to bother this? Why were you bothering this high priestess magician over here? What were they doing? What did they do? Oh, well, they were making videos on it. I didn't like the way he talked to me the one day. He was very rude to me the one day. So I thought I'd just put an entity on him or something. I just figured I would go in the room. I would do some spell work on them. I said, oh, is that what you thought you should have did? That's how you handle your problems? Oh, and you're like a church leader, right? Something like that. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Not anymore, you're not, brother. Okay, so you're going to hell to never be seen or heard from again, because what you did is done. You're finished. Finito, okay? There ain't a damn thing you can do about it, because we're publicly recognized, and you saw this read. That is the shit here. This is a good read, all right? Just know it, brother. Can't beat this. You crazy? Come on, we're centered like a motherfucker right now. Believe it. Okay, because listen, brother, Neptune is here. Neptune just went to Aries. It's, changed after 16, 14 some years, okay? It's been a long fucking time. It's been a long cycle, this Neptunian cycle, okay? But it's over now because you used your intuition. Neptune, you have the power of Neptune, brother. It goes through your veins, all right? You are just a monster with the super intuition, they said. They said this guy has a super intuition. We never seen anything like it. Well, how do we take it from him? They said, well, I don't know. Well, you're gonna have to try it. It's a very dangerous thing, okay? And they were warned, okay? But these people, they wanted to try. They wanted to try to take this super intuition from this, superstar magician, and they were unsuccessful, okay? Because they didn't know how to communicate Mercury, how this, this Cancer does. This Cancer, he's a fantastic communicator. He has just wonderful communication skills. I believe he went to school for communications. I'm not sure, but if he did, that would be what he would do, because he just really, you really feel at home with this person, okay? They really lure you in. So just know their intuition is why they do that, because they understand people, okay? So they know how to do these type of things, and that's why a lot of people they become threatened by them, because the other people, they're like, oh, he can see right through me though. He knows that I'm a monster. He knows. We gotta get him. We gotta put him away and make him look like the monster. That's what that was their goal. We gotta make him the monster. But come on, brother. Who you dealing with? You forgot who you were dealing with, okay? Because whatever Virgo you listen to, whatever Virgo said that we're soft, this person's too soft. This is the one. This is the one who's just a mean, angry person, and that's why they will be sent back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. Believe it, okay? Unless they get on their knees and beg. So just know that this water sign is the king of the water signs here, Cancer. So Cancer has defended their belt over and over and over. They've got 2-on-1 handicap matches against Scorpio and Pisces. I mean, you can't, at all times, these people, they never stop either, Scorpio and Pisces. They're always putting Cancer down, too, and making fun of, he's just a crab. Just a big crab over there. Look, we're a scorpion and we got fish and stuff. We're awesome over here. Look, we got fire and water and stuff. Look, he's all weird over there. He's a weird crab, okay? It's a hermit crab, I believe they called me. They call me a lemon hermit crab or some shit like that. A lemon shark or something. Some nonsense. They said I'm a lemon now. They said he looks good on the outside, but he's broken on the inside, is what they told him. Because listen, brother, I told you we had the communication skills that are legendary. You know what I mean? They're revolutionary. Nothing less than legendary. Because we have the gangster shit is hereditary. So understand, we are able to communicate all different ways because we can have as much air as we like, okay? Because we are the air sign. We breathe up all the air, brother. We are here because we have a lot of air in our chart too. So I didn't really have a good answer for that air. So just know I did the best I could. And you know, I'm talking really fast and I'm going long, and it's almost 20 some minutes of me talking. So you must understand that's impressive because Uranus and Gemini gives me that extra energy, that extra superpower, that supercharged energy, okay? That is what we've been waiting 43 years for. So just know it is here, okay? Because, like I said, Uranus and Gemini, just like I said, okay? So we'll just end it on there because this is a big transit for us, okay? Just understand that. So tell me that wasn't a good reading. So, and nobody will see it either. You know what I mean? That's the worst part. But eventually they will. They'll be like, wow, this guy's really, gains a cult following. I'll get a cult following or something somehow. Be like, but I'm happy for that. I'm blessed. Let me tell you something. I'm grateful. For one, I'm grateful for it. Okay? Believe it. Okay? Because I don't like this one. Okay? Your dreams hold the key to your future. It's time for you to pay attention. Okay? Your dreams hold the key to your future. So something's going on in your dreams, okay? We need to look into these dreams and we got to figure out what's going on. So perhaps maybe we'll try to do a better job at this. We do have dream catchers though, so we try to catch the dreams, okay? So just know there's a bunch of people who are caught up in these dream catchers also. We've got quite a few of them in here, all right? But these people, they feel like they're gonna astral travel to you somehow, like they feel like they're gonna get to you, okay? But they can't get to you because you are the spiritual assassin, brother. Can't nobody come up against you. So have a good day.